Well, this is an old spring wagon that we used to use.
John Beatty could make a museum out of his 400-acre hog farm west of Murfreesboro.
We used to just hauling stuff around.
But he's too busy still running the place. His working hog farm has been here since 1807, the oldest one in Rutherford County.
We're the last man standing.
But probably not for long. State plans for an I-24 interchange here would force them to close.
Well, it cuts through the middle of your farm. That's why it affects you. At this point, it might not be in my lifetime, so I'm really not pushing it or worried about it.
Right now, it's less about the future and more about the past.
It's not sad. It just brings back more memories that what you did when you were there and how much fun it was. And
the place is full of photos and memories.
I'm this young man right here on the corner.
8 generations on a farm that opened before the War of 1812. Many buried here in the family cemetery.
Surrey, you're driving them.
Not calling them.
Not calling them. When you call them, you do, woo pig, woo pig,
Woo pig.
There you go.
He still calls one famous pig, who 10 years and 5,000 pounds ago was the newborn cute cover book boy for Charlotte's Web.
That's Wilbur right here.
Just one more great Beatty memory.
Life changes. We have to go with changes in life.
You can always find the country out in Leaper's Fork. Listen closely, and you'll also discover a calmer, well-aged rock and roll. This is Finds in the Fork, a shop filled with Karen Whitford's past.
I live this room. I live this room. These are my photographs that I took back in the 70s.
A rock and roll photographer with the pictures to prove it.
Absolutely, my instrument was my camera.
But the musicians here don't just hang on the wall, they hang out in person.
Well, I play guitar for that big rock group, Aerosmith. Yeah.
That's Bradley Whitford, Karen's ex, who plays on stage right next to Steven Tyler. He lives out here too and is a regular at the shop.
I like the country life. It's a good pressure release, sort of, from all that craziness.
This is where all the rockers came now.
Scott Sheets agrees. Today's dog-walking peacefulness far removed from his lead guitar 80s time with Pat Benatar.
The moo of the cows, that's about as loud as it gets out here.
Me and you and this old guitar.
Inside the shop, the future, young music, and the opening act for Rod Stewart's tour. Karen took his 70s photo too. You just never know who you'll find in the Fork. Ted Nugent's right-hand man, Derek St. Holmes.
I got the cat scratch fever.
Karen's living history.
I'm constantly going back in time, thinking back to how it was back then.
In the parking lot of Floyd Davis's law practice, Floyd in February talks pigs.
I want to tell y'all, these pigs weigh 4 pounds apiece.
Yeah. In fact, everyone out here does.
Acting in the front's definitely the bigger of the two.
But there's some big hogs.
They're talking behind the back, or the baby back, of those 2 big hogs, all wondering what they weigh.
I guess 1,503 pounds.
1,417 pounds.
1,447 pounds.
One expert judge says, no way. Today, if you can guess their weight, they're yours, a $2,000 value. That explains why more than 3,000 people come here to guess, from as far as Chattanooga, hoping they write the ticket to hog heaven.
Do you think they weigh more or less than me?
Less.
Floyd the lawyer is as popular as the pigs. The crowd inside loads up with a mood-setting lunch. And the pigs are feisty, hardly house pets. The smoke on the scene signals their destiny.
There'll be sausage, country ham, pork chops.
Because of that, not everyone here wants to win.
I guessed 1,812 pounds, and I'm hoping that I'm far enough off that I will not come home with 2 pigs.
A 13-year Winchester tradition where everyone but the hogs are happy.
One thing is that just to have a good time for people to come and guess the weight of a hog. And it's amazing how many people want to guess the weight of the hog.
Building relationships with the people that we serve is important to us. I'm Franklin Police Lieutenant Charles Warner. Our community's teens are our community's future, so we wanted to connect with them in a special way. The Franklin Police Department's Teen Academy was born from that desire, and the results were incredible.
I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get 1 foot ahead in like what I want to do when I'm older. Like I want to work somewhere in law enforcement, like the police, FBI, I'm not sure yet. It's like you actually get to see what they do and like how they do it, and there's a lot more to it than what I thought.
Sometimes the shield guy will be, that's his sole responsibility.
Well, it's like the person in the front is the one that like holds a shield and like goes and it like protects them from being shot. So they laugh and they have fun doing what they're doing and they actually enjoy it.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
And then they brought out the dog and they did a little bit of like exercise with like what they do, and we got to see the words they use and the commands that the dogs do. And he would say something, it would drop, it would literally do everything it asked him to do without hesitation. My dog can't do that. We picked up the like cans, the soda cans, and we fingerprinted them, and then we taped the tape onto the cans, and we picked up the fingerprints, and we like looked at them under the microscopes, and then we put them on paper to see how they are actually shipped to the labs and stuff like that, and it was just really interesting.
The department uses special vision distorting goggles that challenge motor skills and perception to simulate alcohol and drug impairment.
I can't even, I have like 5 hands.
So what I want you to do is put your left foot on the line in front of you. Count out loud, hands down your side.
Don't drink and drive because you'll probably end up dead. I hit some cones.
We offer this program to Franklin teens every summer and hope that out of every class comes an increased respect, a better understanding, and new friendships between tomorrow's leaders and today's protectors. Who knows? We might even pick up a few new Franklin police recruits along the way.
The Franklin Police Department's Teen Academy began in 2015. The feedback we get from participants encourages us every year as we welcome a whole new group of Franklin teens in June. For more information, call 794-2513 or visit us online at franklintn.gov/police.
Yeah, Mariah McMurtry is what many would call a good old-fashioned country girl. She likes hunting, fishing, and flannel shirts. The only difference is this country girl is paralyzed below the armpits, or was. Mariah McMurtry was a senior at UT Knoxville preparing for final exams. 4 different doctors diagnosed her with mono. It went on for weeks until it got so bad she had to go to the emergency room.
She walked in, and while we were in the ER, she had an episode where she felt like her back was burning, and that's when the paralysis started.
It was bacterial meningitis. Doctors say it literally caused a stroke on her spine, leaving her paralyzed below the armpits. It was too much.
I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wither away here in this bed. I don't want to do anymore. And my nurse at Shepherd Center, Sheila, came in and had a talk with me, and she just said, you know, let go and let God. And that motivated me.
And from that moment on, it has been all in. Breakthrough 1, her service dog, Jet.
Go get water.
Jet can grab a water out of the refrigerator. He can get a blanket or a pillow.
Good boy.
Even do laundry. He gave Mariah the courage to go back to UT and finish school.
He's the one who's got me through living alone, and now I actually prefer it. And I love living alone. I love being independent, and my dog in my truck.
Grandpa got the truck. It's something else. And Mom and Dad, although no longer married, have teamed up for two of the biggest steps of all: stem cell injections in Switzerland and therapy at Project Walk in Alpharetta, Georgia. Cells for Health is an experimental surgery where doctors inject your own stem cells into your spine in hopes of regenerating nerves. The day after the surgery, the ice-cold, paralyzed girl felt hot for the first time since the paralysis and had unexpected energy.
I'm a really heavy sleeper, and I sleep all day long. But since the stem cells, I'm up at 7, 8 in the morning, ready to go.
Mariah then moved on to Project Walk, an Atlanta spinal cord center that has become a mecca for people with spinal cord injuries.
Work that out.
A place with no boundaries.
Push it up.
Where machines and exercise are literally invented weekly.
Yeah. If physical therapy is the box, we think outside of it. Simply put, that means we're able to do more because we have more equipment. We have more square footage. We have more of a capability, but we're not bound by those insurance policies. We're not bound by some medical doctor coming in and saying, you can't do this. I dare one to come here and tell me I can't. I dare it.
Mariah doesn't know where to give the credit. Is it stem cells? Is it Project Walk? Is it both?
Left.
But look, she's crawling.
Very good.
It was never supposed to happen.
Right?
I had no idea I could move my legs up like that.
Mariah has regained feeling in her hips and abdomen. Again, unthinkable.
I've gotten so much back. I want to walk into that doctor and be like, watch these videos. You were wrong. You know, they take all hope out of everything. And you wouldn't think that. It really doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. Why take hope away?
This is painful, frustrating, agonizingly slow, but this is what hope looks like.
That's it.
All the counselors tell you you're never going to walk again. You need to get that in your head for you to move on. I wasn't going to accept that. So, you know, even if I don't walk again, I'm going to die trying.